Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well today. Welcome back to Pacific Front channel. Medium Range Air Defense System, check. Fighter Aircraft, check. Strategic Airlifter / Aerial Tanker Aircraft, check. The main component for a modern 21st century Air Force is taking shape. I guess there is only one capability left that the Indonesian Air Force must have to achieve its minimum essential force posture, which is the Airborne Early Warning and Control Aircraft or AEW&C. I mentioned this matter several times in my videos and also my community posts, but I feel like we must discuss it more thoroughly. So, in today's video, let's take a deeper look at the AEW&C aircraft, its role, its capability, and what makes this asset so important. Stay tuned. As the name suggests, AEW&C aircraft is an airborne radar system designed to detect aircraft, vehicles, ships, and missiles over long distances and perform command and control of the battle space by directing airborne assets. The aircraft often used to carry out aerial and maritime surveillance, battle space management, combat SAR, counter-piracy operation, amongst others. Moreover, its active surveillance sensors located on top of the aircraft, which makes the AEW&C such a uniquely recognizable aircraft, is able to detect, track, identify, and report potentially hostile aircraft or airborne threat, also simultaneously track and identify surface contacts, and provide coordination and control to friendly forces. Depending on the systems, the sensor can provide 360-degree radar coverage that can detect an aircraft up to 450 km and even more. When airborne, it can provide a surveillance coverage area of more than 200,000 square kilometer from an 8 hours flight. We discussed this before about the Indonesian Air Force surveillance capability. From the 20 radar units scattered across the archipelago, 75% of them are outdated and not fit to detect small or stealth airborne objects like drones and 5th-gen fighter aircraft. Although the announcement to procure up to 13 GCI radars we heard a few days ago can bring the Air Force surveillance capability back in strength, it will need time to fully replace our outdated radars. Even then, the numbers cannot cover all of our territories, open up for potential black flight and foreign incursion into our airspace. Furthermore, ground-based radars have weaknesses and disadvantages as well. Due to the earth curvature and the surrounding terrain on where it's being placed, it might not perform optimally. Hills and mountains can block the signal to reach its maximum coverage range, while the earth curvature can cut the radar's detection range by half or even more if the object is flying inside the radar shadow or below the radar horizon. Enemy's airborne objects can exploit this zone to avoid radar detection by using the nap of the earth navigation. Lastly, ground-based radar is a static asset which makes it vulnerable to enemy's attack. And learning from the war in Ukraine, radar is the main target of attack in the early phase of invasion. This is where the AEW&C aircraft can fill the capability gap of the Air Force and also minimize the weaknesses of the ground-based radar. It can cover the gap between radar units without having to build more infrastructure. It can cover more area with minimum obstruction than the ground-based radar. And because it's an airborne asset, it's more flexible to be deployed and less vulnerable to enemy's attack. Above all that, it can coordinate and control friendly forces for both defensive and offensive air operation. The Air Force will gain a lot of capability from a single asset if we have one of these. So, what are the candidates we have? As far as I know, there are 3 strong candidates to fill the AEW&C spot. I assume you guys already know about the system that I'm gonna mention, so I will only talk about the specification briefly and focus on the pros and cons of each type of aircraft instead. The first one and my personal choice is the C-295 AEW&C using the ELW-2090 radar system developed by Israel Aerospace Industries. The platform has a cruising speed of 482 km per hour, range of 1,555 km, and service ceiling of 9,000 meter, while the sensor is an AESA radar providing 360-degree coverage, but no official data regarding the range, although I assume it's around 400 km. The pros about this system is the platform can be made locally in the Indonesian Aerospace facility, which means we can bring jobs to the local defense industry from the production of the aircraft and MRO services if we choose this system. The prototype is already out there too, so we don't need to do more research. But the con is, due to a political reason, buying an Israeli-made equipment will be very difficult and almost certainly face stiff opposition from the public. It's not impossible though. In the past, we managed to buy Israeli equipment, and some of Israeli defense companies also have a facility in other country, so they can delegate the production process to this facility. The second candidate is the Sub 2000 with area radar system. It was offered to Indonesia a few years ago, along with Gripen. The platform has a cruising speed of 665 km per hour, range of 2,869 km, and service ceiling of 9,450 meter. While the ISA radar of the area provides 300-degree coverage for up to 450 km. The pros about this system is, Sub is known to be flexible when offering their portfolio. If we have our own preference for the platform, they will gladly accommodate our requests. We can theoretically use the CN295 platform with area radar if we want to. But this is the cons. We must do the research and development process for the structural integrity and aerodynamics of the aircraft first. It will take time and of course need a lot of funding to make the prototype and then produce it. And the last one, which is the favorite of some of you in the comment, is Boeing E-7 Wedgetail, the only jet-powered platform on our list using the Boeing 737-700NG. The platform has a cruising speed of 853 km per hour, range of 6,500 km, and service ceiling of 12,500 meters. It is equipped with the multi-role electronically scanned array or MESA radar, providing 360-degree coverage ranging from 370 km to over 600 km. The pros about this system is, its performance is far above the other candidates on our list. It can move into position faster and covers more area than the others. The platform, the Boeing 737, can operate in most of Indonesia's airports easily, and its widespread population makes the training, operation, and maintenance easy. Two of the Royal Air Force planned E-7 Wedgetail are a conversion from an existing commercial aircraft. We can take this step too if we want to buy this platform but don't want to wait long for a new aircraft to come out of the factory. However, the cost of this platform is more expensive than the other candidates, and I bet we won't get a technology transfer if we buy it. Maybe only MRO services at best. So everyone, what's your choice? Modern warfare is evolving and will continue to evolve. Our understanding of the military operational environment has transformed from a linear battlefield not connected from one and another to a more complex, multidimensional battle space connecting every asset in the theater of operation. Integrating and combining air, land, and sea assets into a single network, also providing them with valuable information as quick as possible, is becoming so important if we want to achieve our military goals. And one asset that can offer this capability for the Indonesian Air Force and the Indonesian Armed Forces in general is the AEW&C aircraft. That's why I think it should be Indonesia's next procurement priority. Its role is not to replace the existence of the ground-based radar, but to strengthen it. It can cover the gaps between radar units, it is more flexible and less vulnerable. Also, the ability to command and control friendly assets makes it perfect to accompany our future fighters. But where will Indonesia's next fighter aircraft like Rafale, KF-21, and perhaps the F-15ID be placed? You can find out about that by watching this video. And that's it for today. What's your choice for Indonesia's AEW&C platform? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for watching everyone, and I will see you next time.